So far, the U.S. has only taken 10,000 Syrian refugees out of 13.5 million, which is less than 0.1%. But the travel ban proposed by Donald Trump will stop all of the Syrian refugees from entering America. Whether it's Tyrannosaurus or Dromaeosaurus, it's still a bird. Anya Chapman, Columbia News in New York. As these visiting Chinese artists enjoy the chance to feel closer to home through their work, they hope for good luck to enter their homes in the Year of the Monkey. Anya Chapman, Columbia News in New York. Good evening. Welcome to Columbia News Tonight. I'm Anya Chapman.
And I'm Adam Kelsey.
New York City's Loretta Lynch is now the first Black female U.S. Attorney General. Lynch was officially nominated back in November. It took 5 months for the Senate to confirm Lynch. She will replace Eric Holder, who stepped down in September. Lynch is scheduled to be sworn in Monday. Today, Chipotle put up a sign saying goodbye to genetically modified food. Good evening, I'm Anya Chapman. You're taking a live look over the Mackinac Bridge. It's a little rainy, but not too bad. And here is Joe Charlevoix for Weather First at 6:30. Hi, Joe. The story is trending right now on our website, upnorthlive.com. A 78-year-old man in Otsego County is in shock tonight. Today, he lost his 2-story garage that housed more than 40 years of his memories. The fire happened around 9:30 last night. He woke up to heavy flames and loud noises coming from the inside of the garage that he built himself. Inside the garage was his antique tractor, a diesel truck, 2 cars, a snowmobile, a 4-wheeler, and a 2-story wood shop. All of it was filled with lumber and tools. Unfortunately, nothing was recovered and the garage was destroyed. Firefighters are still investigating the cause of this fire. The homeowner believes it started in the truck because it's been having electrical issues. And the Mackinac Bridge has been closed since around noon today due to falling ice. It left drivers stuck waiting on both ends. ABC 29 and 8's Connor Hansen has been on the Mackinac City side of the bridge and has the latest. We have an update tonight. The fallout continues after the sexual abuse case involving former Michigan State University and Olympics gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. Today, Michigan State University Athletics Director Mark Hollis announced that he will retire after 10 years at the university. This comes after MSU President Lou Anna Simon announced her resignation on Wednesday. Hollis says he was not asked to retire and he will cooperate with any investigations into MSU and its athletic department. This most recent shakeup comes just 2 days after a judge sentenced former Michigan State University and USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar for sexually assaulting young women he was treating. More than 100 survivors confronted Nassar this week at his hearing. The judge sentenced him on Wednesday to 4,275 years in prison. Michigan State University has named Vice President Bill Beekman as acting president. That is until they find an interim president. The announcement came this afternoon at the Board of Trustees meeting, where board members also took turns apologizing to those involved in the Larry Nassar case. Here's what they had to say. A 52-year-old man is in the Clare County Jail tonight. Deputies say that he threatened a school shooting at Mid-Michigan Community College. It happened around 4 p.m. yesterday at the campus in Hatton Township. Deputies say the suspect is a student who was reportedly being disruptive and then later made threats to come back and commit a school shooting. The campus went into threat mode as a precautionary measure. Detectives later arrested this man at his home in Roscommon County. Tonight, he's in jail awaiting charges. He released a statement today saying, quote, "Regardless of whether MSU takes the step, I will work to initiate and support the necessary investigation and oversight in the United States Senate." Now that the criminal proceedings are over, it is time for us to find out who is responsible at Michigan State University and USA Gymnastics for enabling and failing to stop this criminal who so clearly abused the patients placed in his care. One nonprofit in California takes clothes from thrift stores and donates them to homeless shelters. But what makes this nonprofit different is that it is owned by a teenager. Circus Fernando Hurtado has more. This Friday, is the 40th anniversary of the blizzard of 1978, a massive storm that has become a part of northern Michigan history. ABC 29 and 8's Brad Cast spoke with a local photographer who used his camera to document this historic storm. A Michigan State Police detective sergeant and a trooper were shot this morning in Branch County. It happened in Union Township. Tonight, state police confirmed that the gunman is dead. Just hours after Nassar was sentenced, Michigan lawmaker voted to call on Michigan State University President Lou Anna Simon to step down. Our political reporter was the only reporter in the State House chamber during this vote, and he has the story. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 11. Have a great night. We have new details tonight. We're learning about how a 13-year-old boy may have gotten his hands on a drug that led to his overdose. The boy was found unresponsive at a home in Vanderbilt after deputies say he took liquid methadone. First responders were able to save his life. The overdose revealed drug Narcan. A second teen at that home also had the drug in her system. According to the American Red Cross, severe weather across the country is causing a huge blood shortage. More than 550 blood drives nationwide have been forced to cancel this month, which caused more than 16,000 blood donations to go uncollected. And in Michigan, 10 blood drives were forced to cancel due to weather, causing 335 donations to go uncollected. The bitter cold and a busier flu season have also stopped people from donating. The American Red Cross is now calling the situation critical. Here's a list of upcoming blood drives in northern Michigan. The village of Kalkaska is now without their board trustee. Kathy Sanborn turned in her resignation letter on January 15th. The board accepted that at a special meeting on January 18th. She told us today she does not think the village of Kalkaska is being represented well, and she feels there is more arguing happening than getting things done. She said it wasn't an easy decision, especially after serving in her position for 2 years, but she says it was the decision she had to make. And you can get the latest news, weather, and sports on our website, upnorthlive.com, 24 hours per day. Coming up, new technology could change the way you shop. We'll show you the futuristic displays that some stores are already testing out. This year, more people than ever are using Cherry Capital Airport in Traverse City. 2017 passenger numbers are in, and TVC says that they have surpassed the record-breaking ones from 2016 by 5.6%. Airport Director Kevin Klein credits the increase to larger aircrafts with more seats, the addition of a summer Dallas flight, and most of all, of course, to more local people utilizing this airport. Klein says more than 476,000 passengers flew through Cherry Capital Airport just in 2017, but his goal is to eventually reach 500,000. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 11. Have a great night. Issam Curry was forced to flee his home and seek asylum in the U.S. because of the civil war in Syria. He claims he was tortured for his political activism against Syria President Bashar al-Assad.
I lost my home, many homes. I lost it inside Syria.
He's been in the U.S. for 3 years with his wife and 3 children. They faced many challenges, including the language barrier, being separated from their loved ones, and not being allowed to travel outside of the U.S. But he says the biggest challenge of being a refugee was waiting 6 months to receive a work permit, which he needs to renew every year.
It's hard for you to explain your situation for any employer, how you can find good work to support your family.
Lexi Shereshevsky lived in Syria for a year and a half before the 2011 Arab Spring. Moved by the changes the country has undergone, she started the non-profit Syria Fund to help refugees.
They are just like us. I know that seems kind of cliche, but really they are. I mean, they have so much more in common with, people have so much more in common with each other than things that set us apart. And they are people who are looking to provide for their children. They're looking for a place that is safe and warm for them to put their kids to bed and put food on the table and get their kids into a classroom.
So far, the U.S. has only taken 10,000 Syrian refugees out of 13.5 million, which is less than 0.1%. But the travel ban proposed by Donald Trump will stop all of the Syrian refugees from entering America. Immigration lawyers say that would have a very significant impact.
The ban will have a great effect on the refugee community. Many people trying to get their loved ones, their business associates, and other people in harm's way into the United States are going to find themselves restricted.
The Trump's administration ban has been temporarily blocked by 2 federal appeals courts. It's now been passed to the Supreme Court, which could rule in the coming weeks. Ban or no ban, Corey is allowed to stay, even though he hopes to one day return to his home in Syria.
Sure, I miss Syria and I must return.
Anya Chapman, New York.
I'm sorry. Restaurant Tatiana. Здрасте.
Rose Aliyahu works at the Russian restaurant Tatiana. Her parents immigrated to the U.S. from Russia before she was born. Today, U.S.-Russian political relations are at the lowest point since the Cold War. But Aliyahu says her Russian-owned business is not feeling the pressure.
I feel like restaurant, it's just to forget about politics and debates and all this stuff. People want to come and have a good time. It's more cultural. It's not political. Honestly, I'm just an American. I wake up, I come to work, I do my thing, and I go home, I'm more concerned, honestly, with ISIS than Russia right now.
Brighton Beach culture thrives in its immigrant-oriented shops, restaurants, markets, firms, grocery stores, and of course Russian-speaking population. Thousands of them settled in Brighton Beach following the collapse of the Soviet Union. But many Russian immigrants who came earlier, during the Cold War era, were met with hostility.
Children went to school and people, bullied them, saying you're communist, KGB, and stuff like that. I know many stories like that.
Dr. Sam Klieger helps integrate Russian-speaking immigrants. In the last few decades, he says perceptions have changed.
The young generation is completely integrated, I would say. They feel themselves Americans, first of all. The older generation, they're less integrated, but nevertheless, many people live here for many, many years. They integrated already. And the relations between Russia and the United States do not affect most of their lives.
While many here are not impacted by the U.S.-Russian political disagreements, opinions are divided about whether Russia interfered in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Do you believe Russia interfered in the 2016
Absolutely.
U.S. election?
That's no doubt.
I absolutely don't think that Russia interfered in the US elections. How could it interfere? Russia can't figure out things inside its own country.
No one I know voted for Putin, but he got the majority of the votes. I would believe that Trump interfered in the Russian election.
Nevertheless, the Russian community in New York believes that the political turmoil is a temporary occurrence. It feels optimistic about the future in America. With the rise of anti-Russian attitudes in the U.S., Russian immigrants are not worried about their well-being in the U.S. Despite that, Russia-U.S. tensions are not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm Anya Chapman, reporting from New York. Beijing is almost 7,000 miles away from New York, but China enthusiasts have a chance to feel at home at the 2016 Happy Chinese New Year Fantastic Art China exhibition. In Chinese culture, each year features one of 12 animals. Monday, February 8th, marked the beginning of the Year of the Monkey.
I was born in the year of the monkey. In general, people say that when you are in the year of the animal that you were born in, it's usually bad luck. But to me, I think this year will be good.
Here at the Java Center, the exhibit displays contemporary Chinese paintings and sculptures, as well as merchandise combining Chinese artistic elements.
We brought some Chinese artists' works. We connected some Chinese artists' works to real-life designs and created some products. We want to show New Yorkers the Chinese designs through a Fantastic Art China exhibition.
One of the musicians representing the Hunan province has actually created his own instrument, combining two traditional Chinese instruments into one. It's called Wanqing.
My instrument is by far the world's only instrument that you can play both as a violin and as a harp. The Year of the Monkey is very special to me because my nickname is Monkey. I was very slim and tiny, so my wife's family called me Monkey.
It's believed that one gets the characteristics of the animal associated with the year that they were born in.
Monkeys are very active and very intelligent animals. A Year of the Monkey is going to be an active year. I expect that this year will be very happy for me.
As these visiting Chinese artists and musicians enjoy the chance to feel close to home through their work, they hope for good luck to enter their homes in the Year of the Monkey. Anya Chapman, Colombian News in New York.